Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Saraja Yusuf and welcome to my presentation. Navigating the challenges of speaking a foreign language is something we discuss a lot in class. As an English education student at UIN Syarif Hidayatullah Jakarta, I know firsthand that having a vocabulary in your head doesn't always mean the words will come out smoothly. Today, I'm going to review 10 research articles about second language for L2 speaking. I will clearly mention the title of each article, then break down its highlight, benefit, strength, and weakness. We will journey from understanding the psychological barrier of anxiety, move into learning strategies, explore classroom interventions, and finally end with modern digital technology. Let's begin with our first article. Let's start with article number one, titled The Correlation Between Students' Anxiety and Speaking Achievement by Kamal colleagues. This study measures how communicative apprehension and task anxiety predict a student's speaking achievement. It helps educators identify the specific psychological triggers that cause students to fail speaking exams. The statistical correlation presented in the data is very clear and easy to interpret. The sample size is quite small, involving only 30 students, which limits how broadly we can apply these findings. Understanding that anxiety affects test scores is important. But what actually drives this anxiety from within? This question leads us directly to our second article. This brings us to the article number two, till Foreign Language Speaking Anxiety by Oki. These articles investigate how speaking anxiety is linked into self-efficacy, fear of negative evaluation, and gender. It proves that speaking barriers are deeply connected into the learner's self-belief rather than just their intellectual ability. The study includes a highly and comprehensive set of psychological variables, giving us a holistic view of the learner. The research is heavily theoretical and lacks practical, immediate solutions for teachers to use in the classroom. Since anxiety is so deeply rooted, do school interventions programs actually work to cure it? Let's look at the broader evidence in article number three. To answer that, we turn to article number three, titled The Effect of Intervention Studies on Foreign Language Speaking Anxiety, a meta-analysis by Kai. This meta analysis meaning it combines data from many different studies to see if interventions actually reduce anxiety. It proved concrete proof to educational institutions that investing time in anxiety reduction strategies is truly effective. Because it analyzed a massive pool of data, the results are highly reliable and robust. Because it analyzed a massive pool of like most meta-analysis, it sacrificed individual stories and missed the detailed qualitative experience of single studies. Now, instead of just fighting negative emotions like anxiety, what if we focus on building positive emotions that bring us to article number four? Article number four introduces a refreshing perspective. It is titled Positive Psychology in L2 Speaking by Fatih and Behzatpour. This study explores how foreign language enjoyment and L2 grit predicts speaking proficiency. It shifts our pedagogical focus from reducing fear to actively building joy and resilience in language learning. Its innovative, positive framework is highly motivating for both teachers and learners. Psychological concepts like grit and enjoyment are highly subjective, making them very difficult to measure perfectly. However, having a positive mindset is just the beginning. Students also need practical study methods. Let's find out how they do this in article number five. Article number 5 is titled Exploring Students' Learning Strategies in Speaking Performance by Will and colleagues. This qualitative studies identify specific memory, metacognitive, and social strategies used by university students. It empowers learners to self-regulate their own progress and understanding their personal learning habits. The use of daily journals logs provides deep, authentic insight into the students' real routines. It relies on self-reported data. Sometimes students might not accurately report what they actually do. While students manage their internal strategies, educators must provide the right external environment. This leads us to our practical classroom intervention in article number 6. So, moving to formal environments, article number 6 is titled Enhancing Public Speaking Confidence by CUMA. This study developed a structured program based on transformative and experiential learning principles. It offers a proven step by step pathway to transform terrified presenters into confident public speakers using a mixed methods approach. Combining numerical tests with personal interviews makes the findings extremely credible. Integrating such as highly structured program requires significant time, effort, and institutional resource. But what if formal structures are too intimidating? Sometimes we need more playful dynamic in the classroom. Enter article number 7. Article number 7 explores a playful approach. It is titled Using Communicative Games in Improving Student Speaking Skills by Devi and colleagues. Through an action research, this study demonstrates how communicative games actively boost speaking skills. It drastically lowers the affective filter, making learning fun and highly interactive and less stressful. Its biggest strength is its immediate, practical application. Teachers can use this game in tomorrow's class. The playful nature means these activities might be perceived as less suitable for highly formal academic contexts like university debates. Games provide great interaction, but to truly sound natural, students need to hear how the language is spoken in the real world. Let's look authentic media in article number 8. This brings us to article number 8, titled Movies as an Authentic Input in L2 Speaking Class by Hanba. Using a dynamic usage-based approach, it proves that watching movies provide a natural context of conversation. It exposes learning to authentic, real-world English vocabulary and pronunciation far beyond scripted textbook dialogues. It is culturally enriching and instantly captures the student's attention. There's a high risk of passive viewing. If the teacher doesn't force a pause movie discussion, students will just watch in silence. So, to prevent passive watching, we must force students to produce active output using modern technological projects. This perfectly transitions into article number 9. Article number 9 is titled Integrating Digital Technology into project-based learning by Poise. This study merges project-based learning with digital tools like voice recorders or oral application. It teaches students how to manage digital projects while continuously recording and practicing their spoken English. The study shows significant, measurable improvements in studies, grammars, and vocabulary. Interestingly, the study found that this specific intervention did not significantly improve the fluency aspect of their speaking. If our goal is ultimate fluency and total students' engagement, we need to meet students on the platforms they already use every day. This leads us to our final article. Visual go. Our final stop in this article number 10, titled Improving Matriculation Student Speaking Performance Through TikTok Application by Abdul Rahman. It evaluates the use of TikTok for students to complete dynamic speaking assignments. It takes language learning out of the classroom and places it into the familiar creative digital space where students feel comfortable. The phenomenal level of the student engagement and creativity is unmatched. Because TikTok is a platform designed for entertainment, the main weakness is the high potential of distraction. In conclusion, these 10 articles perfectly interconnect to show us the whole ecosystem of L2 speaking. We start by acknowledging anxiety. We combat it with positive psychology and learning strategies. We apply this in the classroom through interventions and games. Then finally, we accelerate our learning using movies and digital technology like TikTok. By connecting our psychology with modern technology, we can truly unlock our speaking fluency. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this comprehensive review has been insightful. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.